dear all. Good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to the mini class series. Today, I want to talk about how your mind illusions hinder or kill your success and your happiness. I'm Millen, Livis, financial independence mentor. I help powerful and professional and busy women who feel overworked and undervalued, who want to take control of their destiny and become financially independent, to become financially independent. So through those of you who follow me know that I'm a creator of the millionaire method for becoming financially independent. I apologize. I had technical issues before, so I'm a little bit off center. So I will try to get more balanced as we go. So in the millionaire method for creating financial independence, I teach my clients how to cultivate wealth mindset, so they become wealth builders instead of wealth consumers. I also teach them how to manage money intentionally, so they know their numbers, they know exactly what is coming in, what is coming out, and how to calculate their financial freedom number. I also teach them how to grow wealth through strategic investing, so their money works for them. And I also share with them and teach them how to become a very powerful creator of your experiences, because we have this ability, we're just not always aware of it and not always using it. So, but that's pretty much what I do. And you can find a lot of free resources that I offer through my books, through my blog articles and YouTube videos, where I talk about everything that you may need to create financial independence, from affirmations, empowering questions, how to grow your wealth by investing in the stock market, using ETFs, using stocks, how to invest in real estate, etc. So I offer a lot of free resources. You can check them out, like I said, on my blog, on YouTube channel, Millen Livis Channel Wealth. However, today I want to talk about something very different. Very different. Well, not aligned, but basically I want to talk about something that in Buddhism they call mind's delusions. Last week I spent a few days in the Buddhist meditation center, where we meditated 9 to 9 pretty much, as well as we were learning some foundational and some actually profound concepts from Buddhism. And while I love to quote Buddha, and the wisdom from Buddhism is really very impressive. And I also heard about karma, and I heard about dharma, and heard about wheel of life. I wasn't really aware of some of the very, very fundamentally important for our happiness concepts that Buddhism shares, and some profound concepts that I also learned during this time. So today I want to talk about something that in Buddhist teachings they refer to as mind's delusions. So what are mind's delusions, and why it's so important that we become aware of them and know how to handle them? So according to Buddhism, mind delusions are attachments to our desires to be fulfilled, attachments to our opinions and our views and our beliefs. So that's one delusion. It's delusion of the mind. Other delusions that they refer to are anger, hatred, jealousy, ignorance, also known as mistaken perceptions. So these are delusions that not only can hinder or even kill your success, but they can actually hinder and kill your happiness, your ability to feel joyful and happy. Because when you don't have a peaceful mind, nothing else matters. Nothing else will make you enjoy your life and feel like you having the time of your life if you don't have peace of mind. And these delusions that I want to talk to you about today, these delusions are at the root of our problems, at the root of our feelings of being unhappy, feeling inadequate, feeling like a loser, etc. So I want to start with delusion of attachment. I don't know if any of you experienced this delusion ever in your life. I know that I have to constantly be aware of this delusion that my mind tricks me into. For example, when I was still working in corporate America, and I was dreaming about being free, being like a, not dependent on my boss, on my boss's boss, on any kind of rules that sometimes didn't sit well with me, etc. And I was dreaming about having my own business. And I have attachment to having this business successful by a certain time, at a certain level. So not only I had a vision, I was deeply attached to this vision. Okay, and that was the problem. It's great to have big vision. It's great to have your dream that you want to realize. It's the attachment to the outcome that of your efforts that often causes us some detrimental feelings. So when my business was not at the level where I expected it to be, and I was not, even though I was not working for corporate America, I was running my own business, and it was not performing the way I expected it to perform. I got so disappointed. I'm trying to find even the right word, because ultimately what happened to me, I became depressed and disillusioned. Like I felt like, all of this is just a pipe dream. It's not possible for me in my life. And I kind of gave up on myself. And that brought me to a really challenging, dark phase in my life. Basically, it was downward spiral that I couldn't stop, because I was not aware that it was my mind playing the tricks on me by making me feel like I'm a loser, like because my expected outcome didn't happen when I expected it to happen, etc. So that's the danger of not being aware of these delusions. So I would like to hear from you if you ever felt something like that. If you maybe had a launch, if you have a business and you were launching your new program, and you had some expectations, and these expectations didn't come through, and you felt disappointed, you felt angry, you felt frustrated, felt maybe that you're not good enough, etc. So I would like to know if you ever had these experiences, because from what I see, it's very, very common. And the root of these feelings, the root of this not being good enough, not being smart enough, not being successful enough, blah, blah, blah. The root of this very often is this delusion of the mind that in Buddhism they call attachment. Attachment to your desires to be fulfilled on your terms. So that's one example. Another example is feeling angry at someone or at yourself, right? So I know that you know, sometimes when I was working for corporate America and I had a boss who I really didn't like, and you know, some people called her, it was a woman, some people called her Hitler in a skirt, and I felt anger that I had to report to this person. I was very ungrounded. This feeling, this anger, made me feel off balance. And as you know, I don't know exactly the phrase from Buddha that when you feel anger or hatred towards someone else, this person doesn't care and it doesn't affect him or her how you feel about them. It's you feel like you having hot coals in your hands and you get burned, right? So again, I would like to hear from you if you ever experienced that and how you became aware of how this delusions of the mind tripped you into something that you really didn't want to feel, and it basically affected probably um, your health, maybe your relationship, etc. And you know, we don't always notice that certain feelings, it's just a concept of you know, of our maybe very busy and not very controlled mind, right? That's why we often say that we've got to find a way to control our mind, to control our mind. So, and that's what Buddhist teachings try to convey, you know, in many forms, that once you have control over your mind, you can create a beautiful, happy, peaceful life. So it's great to be wealthy. It's great to have your own business and have enough money to travel and not to work. However, if you still don't have control over your monkey mind and you still feel off balance, not peaceful, nothing else will matter. Nothing else will matter. And there are many wealthy people who are very unhappy and very sometimes emotionally not well, right? We all know that. So it's a very fine balance between your pursuit of having your vision to realize, having living your dream life, and not being attached to how it will happen, well, when it will happen, and you know, maybe even not exactly in a way that you expect this to happen, right? So attachment is at the root of our emotional problems, and not only emotional problems, but sometimes our tangible disappointments, right? Like, because our business is not performing. And once you let go of this attachment, miracles happen. Literally, miracles happen. So keep this in mind. Make sure that you control your mind through developing and cultivating awareness of what is happening in your mind, because you are not your mind, you are not your body. You have ability to observe what is happening in your mind and in your body. It's called metacognition. And by simply sometimes by being aware of this, you can change it. And the great tool for this, actually a few tools, would be meditation, visualization, journaling, going for walks, basically just changing your activity, changing the focus of your mind. Okay, so that's what I wanted to share with you today. I would love to hear your insights, maybe your ahas, maybe takeaways. And next week, I want to talk about 6 practical lessons that I've learned from this experience at the Buddhist meditation center. I know that some of you wanted to hear about this, so I want to share with you in my next training. And for now, thank you so much for your time, whether you watch this live or in recording. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for watching it, and I will see you next time. Until then, to your power, peace, and prosperity.